Most people are permanently stuck living an average life, never achieving the type of success they admire in others. Because success isn't luck, it's mastery in 5 critical areas. I've built multiple 7-figure businesses and coached hundreds to achieve genuine success using a proven system called the Peace Framework. In the next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through the 5 levels of mastery you must achieve for lasting success. 95% of people barely master 2 levels, and almost no one reaches mastery in all 5. But if you can't invest 10 minutes to understand what's holding you back, you're accepting exactly where you are. Make this full screen, let's transform your life. Level 1 is about physically fit mastery. Becoming a master of physical fitness includes spending 1 hour a day doing something physical. Maybe that's the gym, maybe that's a walk, but it's doing something physical for at least 1 hour a day. There's 4 areas that make you a master of your physical fitness. The first is consistent exercise routines, following a diligent program in the gym to build muscle and become the best version of yourself. The second is nutritional discipline, controlling the food that you put in your mouth instead of stuffing your face with highly palatable foods. The third is quality sleep practices, going to bed on time, at the same time, and waking up at the same time every day. And the fourth is daily movement for at least an hour a day. This could be walking, stretching, yoga, or any other sport. Move your body. I want you to schedule a weightlifting session 5 days a week. Then I want you to optimize your sleep environment and routine. And lastly, track your diet for 1 week to identify gaps and ways you can improve. Along the journey to achieving physical mastery, you build the necessary habits and rituals to see success in any other areas of life. Now, most people stop there, but this is just level 1, which brings me to level 2, emotional mastery. Are you emotionally stable? You will never get anywhere being impulsively reactive. When my son was first born, it exposed a lot of deep-rooted, buried emotions. I didn't understand how to control my temper, so every time he would scream, lose his mind, or break something, I would get incredibly angry, infuriated. Now, I didn't hit him, I didn't hit my wife, I didn't break anything in the household. I would more just separate myself from all of them, burst into tears, or literally want to rip a pillow in half. I did not understand how to control my emotions. Through deep work and conversations, I realized that when I hit a lack of control, the younger, temperamental me would come out. When I was a kid, I didn't have any control. So that grew up with me, and whenever the lack of control would show in my life, my temper would flare. By allowing myself to work through it and having conversations with my wife actively, I went from not being able to hold my kid because he was crying and freaking out, and I was freaking out, to being able to have him in my arms while he was screaming in my face, not being phased at all. Mastery here looks like becoming emotionally self-aware and in control, and being resilient to stress. Something that has helped me always be in control of my emotions is making sure that my mornings are mine. No one touches those. My mornings help me get right with myself, pour into my cup so I'm not reactionary. I think everyone should learn and understand meditation. Meditation teaches you how to control your emotions, thoughts, and breathing patterns. So in high stressful environments, you will be able to calm yourself instead of allowing the environment to dictate your actions. Along with that, mind dump. Get the things out of your head onto a piece of paper. Most of you allow all of the thoughts in your head to dictate your daily habits and actions, when in reality, if you wrote them down, you'd realize they have no control over you. I talk to ChatGPT. I dump all of the positive and negative things into ChatGPT and ask it questions so I can have that conversation I don't really want to have with other people. Becoming a master of your emotions, it'll help you live a happier, clear, more fulfilled life. But physical and emotional mastery isn't enough. Which brings me to level 3, abundant wealth mastery. People say that money isn't everything, but without money, you can't do anything. For myself and my family, I want to be able to do what I want when I want, and I never want them to hear the word no, because growing up without money, I hated hearing it. Becoming a master of wealth unlocks 2 things: freedom over your time and location. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. If I wanted to book a flight anywhere in the world right now, I could. That is a level of freedom that most people will never achieve. Pause. I could charter a jet to your mom's house right now. So what can you do right now to become abundantly wealthy? I want you to identify your current skill set. Maybe it's fitness, maybe it's editing, maybe it's snowboarding, but you know what it is. And then I want you to teach what you know. Don't make the mistake of trying to teach high-level things you don't know to sound like an expert. All you need to be is 10% ahead of someone else. Let's be real, you could know 2% more than somebody else and still be able to teach them, because there's some dumb people out there teaching stuff and still making shit tons of money. Now sell your first client. Don't focus on a logo, a website, or anything until you sell your first client. Because until then, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. The outcome here is that financial mastery provides stability and freedom, unlocking you from survival mode to pursue purpose. But it doesn't matter how financially free you are if you're alone.
Which brings me to level 4 mastery, which is building powerful relationships and community. Growing up, I didn't have a lot of relationships that I could rely on. I didn't have family that I could trust, and I didn't have anybody to turn to. Now I have a family that loves me, a beautiful baby boy that relies on me, a wife that would do anything for me, and friends that I could call at 3 a.m. and they would drop everything they're doing to come and help. That type of connection and community is priceless.
Harvard neuroscientists found that having close friends and family literally rewires your brain. When you're connected, your brain releases oxytocin and serotonin, chemicals proven to reduce stress, boost happiness, and even strengthen your immune system. So next time you're feeling isolated, remember, investing time in relationships isn't just good advice, it's science. Put yourself in scenarios to connect with people who have similar interests as you, and then look at people's core values over everything. One of mine is responsibility, so I will look for that trait in other people. Mastery over your relationships will unlock powerful resources, allies, and influences that amplify your impact. Now, as a man, it's your responsibility to provide, guide, and protect. Which brings me to the last level of mastery, level 5, which is being able to physically defend yourself and your family. The world is inherently violent. Thinking that nothing bad is ever going to happen to you is only going to set you up to be a victim. Yes, the goal is to not use your fighting skills, but you should have them, or you're never going to be at peace and see success in the big light. My wife and I have traveled the world, and everywhere we've traveled, we've been tested due to people not liking tourists, number one. Number two, people wanting to hit on my wife because she's attractive. If you are not equipped to defend yourself or your family, you need to go join some sort of martial art and become equipped. Pick any martial art and learn it, and dedicate just 1 hour a week to learning that craft. Now, 1 hour a week won't make you a master, but it will get you started. Once it's a habit, join a boxing gym and sharpen your skill. A weak man who can't defend himself or his family is not a man. Defensive mastery ensures you're never defenseless, giving you peace of mind and true freedom. Right now is your turning point. Your current ceiling isn't an accident. It's determined by how many of these 5 levels you've mastered. The world doesn't need more people living below their potential. It needs you fully empowered and successful. Take one level, start your journey to mastering it. Your transformation begins today. Watch this video next to learn how your parents made you a master at nothing.